are. Fantasy Goats, how are you this fine Monday? Post Super Bowl. The game was played. The game was won. The game was certainly won by those Seattle Seahawks. Congratulations on winning Super Bowl 60. This is the Super Bowl reaction show. I am your shepherd. Right there is that handsome gentleman, that handsome commissioner himself, Rhino. Yeah, man. Holy smokes. What a game. What a game. A lot of people are, pouting, the regular casual fan, and I was surrounded by many. Not many, but I was surrounded by them. And I get it. You want scoring, you want to see fireworks. I get it. For me, probably for you, probably for many of those that do watch us, listen to us. By the way, we are going to recap the Super Bowl. We will get into a little bit of house cleaning, but if you are listening to us and watching us for the first time, please give us a like and subscribe. That game was exciting as fuck to me. Again, but I was happy with that game. I like those games. I like seeing it all unfold. Yep, I like seeing dominance unfolded. Look, the teams, they go in there not really like with a clean slate, but you're coming in as like the presumptuous like two best teams, right? You guys made it here. You are the two best teams. These are the best players.
Two teams standing.
These are the last two teams standing, right? That have weathered it out. We'll get to that in a second because there's no pun intended. The teams that have survived attrition, right? And which is mainly injury. Okay, what up, Tron Goat baby? There he is, the mother-loving Tron Goat baby. Maybe Tron won some Super Bowl boxes. By the way, did you have any Super Bowl boxes? No,
No.
I would have heard by now if you would have won anything good.
No, but
I had 5.
I was telling my buddy that the 3-0, 3-0 square at first quarter 9-3. I guarantee you somebody spent $5, $10, $15, $20 on these squares and were pissed off and they got those numbers and as happy as all hell right now.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, I bought 5 squares. We call them boxes here. Mm-hmm. I don't know why we call them boxes. I bought 5 of those only because like there's no advantage of just getting one box. Like, no. This is like if you're gonna go to a store and get a scratch off, you might as well buy a bunch of scratch offs.
Yep.
If you're gonna play lotto, you might as well play several numbers. You don't just play one lotto. That doesn't make any sense. Although lotto is a much different beast. So yeah, these were the two quote unquote best teams, but the Seahawks were just far and away even that much greater than the Patriots. I've got a lot of thoughts. I really do.
The best part of the game yesterday, before really getting into details, was just the outrageous play on both sides for the DBs on both teams. Just freaking play after play after play after play. Both teams, both DBs on both teams, man. Gonzalez was balling out. Watson, I think it was Watson, was balling out. Gonzalez was balling out. Was balling out, Just everybody, just play after play, man. Tremendous defense, man.
I've got nothing to say negatively regarding the corners for the New England Patriots. Played as best as they possibly could. They were not gonna. They didn't let Shaheed beat them. They sure as hell didn't let JSN beat them. The coverage, and I'm pretty sure we covered that last week when it came down to the matchup analysis. These were the two best coverages in the game through. Yeah. The Seahawks had one less game, but nevertheless, these were the 1 and 2 best coverage teams. Nothing to say negatively at all. Especially if there's one bright spot for those Patriots. It would have been both those dudes, both Dallas and the other. Who's the other one? I always forget his name. Not Morris, right? The other DB for the Patriots. All right, I'll get it.
I can't.
I'll get it.
Wallace Watson.
No. Yeah, I'll get it because I know his name. I don't want it to slip. The DBs for your New England Patriots are Marcus Jones. Marcus Jones.
He's the slot.
Marcus Jones is the slot / special. Well, he technically was supposed to be. Well, he's a special teamer as well. Yeah, he does well. No, I am not Chazo, not Milton Williams, Marcus Jones, Christian Baltimore, Anthony Deneau. Maybe the War Chief. The War Chief probably has the other corner I'm thinking of. In any event, yeah, they played out of their minds to hold JSN. They wouldn't let Shaheed beat them. It was the tone of the game was set right off the bat. Right off the bat. Kenny Skywalker. Congratulations, Kenny Skywalker. You are the MVP. Congratulations. Started the game with a 10-yard run. That was the tone setter right there. Yeah. Chief, the tone setter. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and goats, there he is. Fresh off of his...
Kenny, I am your father.
There's the dark side. It's the dark side. We were just marveling over the one bright spot for the Patriots, and that would have been their two corners, and then their overall DBs. They were the ones that played well.
They did.
Yeah, Marcus Jones, Christian Gonzalez, and who's the other really good one that I'm missing?
Carlton Davis.
Okay, Carlton Davis.
Carlton Davis. Now, here's something remarkable. When we saw Christian Gonzalez get his hand on that deep pass to Shaheed, that means that Carlton Davis was on JSN that time. That's what they played as good as you could have possibly asked.
Or was JSN out? I think JSN was out with
No, this was early in the game. This was early. This was the play I'm thinking of, at least. This was early, much earlier in the game when they tried to go deep.
Yeah, it was a deep shot, probably like after the Patriots' third or fourth drive of the game. They were trying to they're like, okay, we pretty much stopped everything that they could do. So let's go try to take a shot here and let's see if we can start to blow out now. And they threw it up there. Christian Gonzalez was just all over it, blanketing Rashid Shaheed.
And again, I want to give credit to this game plan on offense. Sammy Darnold, tell me you didn't get a little nervous. I'm sure that you did, because I sure as hell did. He was sped up at first.
Mm-hmm.
He did start to kind of try to maybe force some passes through, or he made some tight window throws that were incomplete, or some were
there was a couple complete. Big sixes barely missed.
There was some definite near misses there. One catch by
the ghost ritual was starting.
Yeah,
it was starting a lot of times.
They were begging.
It just the goats just weren't ready to come out. They weren't scared.
They were begging. They were begging to come. They wanted to.
They were.
I gotta tip my hat.
Hey, yeah.
A tip of the hat to this man. Him and Leonard Williams, former Jets, by the way. We'll get to Leonard Williams. We're gonna get to that side of the ball. Former Jets, Super Bowl champions. Congratulations. So look what happens when you leave. The whole list. I saw a whole list of dudes over the last 20, 25 years, maybe even longer. Longer. John Riggins was listed there. I didn't even know John Riggins played for the Jets. Did you?
I did not know.
I did not know that.
I think it was Redskin.
Apparently not. Apparently, when you start with the Jets, you win a Super Bowl when you leave the Jets. Anyway, I want to give credit to freaking Kubiak, McDonald's, And the offensive game plan, they stuck with it. They weren't gonna. I think what we saw early on was, okay, you know what, this defense is going to be tough. We're not going to just like, we're not going to be able to get a lot of stuff going in space with passes. We're just going to continue to just pound it. We're going to get to the other side of the field, and we'll take we'll take our field goals. Well, Kenny Walker was running well. We're just going to continue to do that. We'll take our field goals. It was one field goal after another, after another. You saw it.
Yeah.
And you know what? We're not just going to take our field goals in special teams. Then we're going to turn it over, and we're going to let our defense. We're going to let that defense absolutely stymie the Patriots.
They ate well. They're well fed.
You know, I said earlier that really today I was talking about the game. My view of the Seahawks is so skewed, right? And I think Rhino can say the same. Because when we watch the Seahawks closely, we've only seen them get torched. So, like, going into this game, I was like, Drake May should be able to do anything. Like, not necessarily, like, do whatever he wants, but he should be able to do something. But no, like I said, man, like it's crazy just watching things with Rams colored glasses and just thinking like I think to myself, right? I think it's the biggest example. I watched the Rams play the Seahawks back-to-back games, and I saw Puka Nacua having Devin Witherspoon look like he was a gold medalist figure skater all over the field for 2 games straight. And then he plays the Patriots, and he looks like the best football player on the planet. He looked like he could play safety, cornerback, linebacker, defensive end, or like it didn't matter. He was amazing yesterday.
He looked like he was the 5th overall player taken in the 2023 draft. That's what he looked like. And again, we spoke about how, you know, there's a lot of players in this league that make other players better, that free them up to do their thing. So when you have like Devin Witherspoon lining up like at the line of scrimmage or even in the slot, and they're showing you that they're going to rush, or they're showing you that they're showing you one look, yet it's screwing up that entire inferior offensive line. And it showed. It showed often. It showed early. Whether it allowed what's his name? One of the linebackers, whether it allowed him to get a sack. It was there was one not who?
No, I'm not going to say the last name. OSWGA was.
Well, no, I was looking to account for the sacks. Big difference between Stafford and Drake May. Oh yeah, big difference.
Oh yeah, I mean Stafford only got sacked 1 time in 3 games. Drake May got sacked 8 times.
Witherspoon got home, but Byron Murphy. So if it allows Byron Murphy, the other lineman, the other tackle, or a tackle. No, who's the other guy?
Riley Mills, excuse me.
Derek Hall. Who the hell's Derek Hall? Derek Hall was never mentioned at all in any postseason play. He's been out there. Right there. It allowed bringing Witherspoon in there and Julian Love playing the way he did, and then of course having the DeMarcus Lawrences of the world and the Leonard Williams of the world. It was way too much to handle. Way too much. I mean, it showed. Drake May. Nah, he's not a rookie, but it showed that they weren't prepared for this game. They weren't prepared for the game. Okay, so fine. They weren't prepared. I'm sure they will take some lessons from this. Lesson number 1.
Go get a wide receiver.
That's going to help. That should help. They're gonna need. It would be good. Of course, many of the talking heads are going in that direction. Get him in the alpha wide receiver. Get them AJ Brown. So AJ Brown could run the entire route tree. All right, great. Still, what are you going to do with Morgan Moses and Will Campbell that got creamed yesterday? They were overmatched.
Do you think Will Campbell moves to guard? Do you think he's better suited to guard?
Well, you know
He
what?
has to.
How about I'm going to ask you that question? I'm going to turn it right back to you. Can he?
Yes.
Yes.
But he has to.
Can like I understand that the tackle is a different beast than the guard, but like will he be able to adjust to playing guard? Like I don't know how easy of a transition that is.
And I can't remember if he played guard for Michigan, right?
Say it again.
Was he Michigan? Right? You had to call it Michigan, right?
No, he went to LSU.
LSU. So you would think that he did play some guard at some point.
Who the hell went to Michigan? That was drafted that high.
Mason Graham. He played defensive tackle.
Yeah. Yes.
But he doesn't have. I watched that game yesterday, and I didn't just watch that game. I watched the Houston game just like y'all did. I watched the Chargers game. I watched the game against Cleveland when Myles Garrett got 5 sacks. I watched the game against what did they play against Denver. I watched a lot of Will Campbell. I don't think he has a choice. You can't keep getting just not overmatched, but he's getting absolutely obliterated by people who have an actual pulse at defensive end. So, like you can't be that big of a liability. I just don't think he can play left tackle. Like he has to move inside.
And they know this. They know this is a problem. Why don't they run different personnel so they have a tight end to help double team to help instead? Because he got to look like he looked like a little bitch sometimes out there.
Yeah,
the way they were manhandling him.
And that's how bad it is. I don't think that I don't think a chip. Because if Travion Henderson chips, I've seen people chip him too.
A tight end.
But I've seen tight ends help him and leak out, and as soon as they get done with that part of the job, he still gets bull rushed right back into Drake May. I just don't think he can play left tackle.
The whole from Campbell to I think next to him was Moses, right?
Moses is on the right side. The left guard is Jarrett Wilson. It's so weird too, because I think if they were just to move over one, like if they were, let's say they were to draft a tackle, move Will Campbell to left guard, and move Jarrett Wilson to center, they would be better. They could fix their line just like that.
This is watching the game. Okay, so Friday when we were talking about the game, I was all Josh McDaniels. Well, he's this. You know what? Josh McDaniels ain't the guy no more. He didn't make any kind of adjustments. So after the third or fourth sack, you're seeing these players pressure up the middle and through Campbell, right? Why not bootleg Drake May?
I don't know who froze up in the moment bigger, him or Drake May or Josh McDaniel.
I think McDaniels did. I really do.
Like you said, he didn't change anything. He didn't adjust anything.
No, nothing.
He let his offense fail.
I kept on telling my friend, he's a Broncos fan, and he doesn't really. He knows because he listens to me. Kept on yelling. I don't understand why they keep on running Travion Henderson inside. He's not inside runner. Then you see towards the end of the game when he's getting outside, he's getting chunks and chunks and chunks. They're so bullheaded in their thinking that they didn't make any adjustments. He had to make adjustments.
I think he looked at it like, if we stick to the game plan and keep it close, we'll have a shot. But I think they had a better shot than they initially thought. I really think they could have. It would have been a far better game, and they could have competed with them if they would have opened it up earlier and put pressure on Sam Darnold. Not just defensive pressure, but pressure like, okay, if we don't score, I know the Patriots are going to move the ball. Like if they'd have put that type of pressure on Sam Darnold, I think it would have been a far better game. But they did. They made the Seattle's offense easy, and they made Kubiak's job easy, in my opinion.
Well, and McDonald's job too, calling the defense.
McDonald. Yeah, everybody's job easier.
It was a head scratcher. Did you hear us talk about McDaniels? So So my point, I think I texted you this too, was you know, after the third sack, you're seeing pressure in the middle, you're seeing pressure through Will Campbell. Why not bootleg him? That and then this offensive game plan, he never made any kind of adjustments. None.
I would say that there's a good amount of culpable blame to go to both coaches, not just McDaniel, because we know that McDaniel's responsible for the offense, but like, what was the one thing that I said? And this is going to be like, tongue in cheek, like this is just all stale to him. Like, I don't think that there was anything he really could have done. Or let me put it to you this way: like, yes, why couldn't we get Drake out like in a bootleg, or why couldn't we get him more design runs? I have a feeling that they're thinking of that, and it's just there's no real option for it based on what they were seeing on the field.
Speed kills, correct? Is that a good way to put speed kills, right?
Yeah, Seattle had more of it.
Yeah. So you have a young dude in Kyle Williams. Why not do jet sweep here and there? Why not do?
That's not what they do, though.
I know, but expect him to. He needs to get with the times. I don't know. He's still stuck in the 2000s when the Patriots were winning Super Bowls, because it's the same kind of offense we saw when he was head coach Raiders, trying the same kind of bullshit. It's so vanilla now that teams have caught on to it, and he hasn't made any kind of adjustments.
I mean, I would say that they didn't make any adjustments, whether or not he thought that he wasn't able to. Like, oh man, like is he really saying to himself, or is he saying to variable? Look, man, this team, they are all over us. They have us covered. Yeah, this isn't looking very good. I don't know if he's saying that, thinking that, or perhaps they just don't have the personnel. I know that you wanted, or were calling for, Trevion Henderson to get involved, get him going, and they tried.
He's getting outside.
I do want to give a little bit of credit for. I was like, he didn't have the best game. It wasn't a great game, but they did try, and he got a big play, right? He did get a 20-yarder.
Yeah.
Then they tried it again. He was stopped. They tried it again. They were all over it. That Seahawks did not make any mistake more than once. And we gotta give. It wasn't just that, oh my God, the freaking Patriots, look how bad they played. Look how good of a matchup that they played against. 11 dogs, all 11 deeper than that. It ran deeper. It wasn't just 11.
They are 15, 16, 17 deep.
Right. There was a bunch of players out there that were making plays.
Game too. Okay, but so just my opinion, and any good OC should be able to make in-game adjustments on the fly. That's why go sit there, look on your bench, look at your screen, and go, okay, I see DeMarco. I see that they're pushing this way, so we need to go do this.
Okay,
do that. They does that.
Let me ask you them.
Kubiak does that, Kubiak does that. Because you can see it inside. You can see inside the game that a real good OC can make those kind of adjustments, even at halftime.
I think it's not. It's easier said than done. Yes, in theory, of course, you have more time in this game at halftime, right? You have more time. Okay, right. I mean, but I'll just turn as close. What about last season? Right? It wasn't like, the Chiefs, we think of them as being very, very good offensively. They came out of the half. They had no answer. They could not get it until the fourth. You notice the thing going on here? Until the fourth quarter, he finally started to connect deep shots. Well, what did we see here? And tell me Side note, tell me we didn't get a little nerve-wracked at the top of the fourth. Finally, they put up 7 points. This game was not over by any stretch of the imagination. So, like, at that point, I think that may have played into the thinking. Like, look, all we need to do is get a freaking 7 on the board. We don't care if we keep getting, as long as they're not scoring touchdowns on us, which they weren't really. I think that's what the thinking might have been. The wrong thinking. That was it proved it didn't come right.
I think the change that we may have wanted to see may have came too late. Because I mean, after the 3 or 4 first drives, right? Like the Seattle's defense kind of like was like, you're not doing nothing, and they were in Drake's head, they were in Campbell's head, they were in Wilson's head, they were in everybody's head, and there was times where, because this is telling too. So if you look at the stat sheet, the guys who led the team in sacks were the nose guards. Nose guards don't get sacks. Okay,
No.
So the reason why they get sacks. And I remember all the sacks that happened with this, with the 2 from Byron Murphy and the 1 from Riley Mills. They were all when Drake was just doing this. Drake was doing this.
Yep.
Yeah.
So at that point in the game, we may have wanted McDaniels to do something different, but Drake May was already mentally just cooked at that point. He just gave up some sacks from just standing in the pocket and not letting the ball go or making a decision or running like he.
Why couldn't they have done like some RPOs? You know, it's just it was maddening.
You're saying things that things they have not done all season. You can't just start running RPOs and jet sweeps in the Super Bowl. That's just not how their offense is.
They had 2 weeks prepared for this, right? Add shit in. You have 2 weeks prepared for this. They've had film on Seattle. Add shit in.
Is that cross tape?
Huh?
No. It's the running Mike Tomlin joke. Cross tape. We don't have a lot of cross tape on him, so we got to get there. Here again, both can remain true, right? Yes.
Right.
Why wasn't there any type of creativity, some ingenuity, like why couldn't we get something going with somebody on that team? But on the other hand, what was also true is it looked as though the Seahawks just were prepared and ready for anything that was thrown at them. Anything, because when Matt Collins did score and it started to get a little nerve-wracked, what wound up happening in the fourth quarter? Well, they got madder, the Hawks. They were pissed that they allowed a touchdown. They were going for a shutout. They got pissed. What did they do? They went after Drake even worse.
Jex.
Yeah.
The Barner touchdown that give you flashback.
No, it absolutely did. I was like, oh Lord. How do you leave that guy that wide open?
Shaking a little bit.
Look at what it took. Right. Look at what it took. It took the tight end. It took a tight end because you had one of the best wide receivers in the game locked up. Cup, the old veteran, 2-time Super Bowl champion. Shaheed. I mean, like these are like Cooper Kupp at this age, and Shaheed is no elite wide receiver. All right, but still, I give them credit. I give the Hawks and this game plan credit. Like, look, this is going to be tough. We said it last week. We know that the Patriots are going to have a plan in place for JSN.
Yeah.
So they had to have Shaheed out there. They had to, and kudos again to the Patriots for that part of their unit living up to the measure. They did everything that they possibly could. Again, this game was won in the trenches. Once again, it's if no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No quarterback. Sam Darnold, again, congratulations. You managed that game perfectly according to what was called into you. The special teams.
Dickinson's kept on flipping that damn field, man. The punter for Seattle.
You want to know probably the smartest player of the year? The smartest player of the year had to have been his final punt.
Yeah.
The line drive punt. When everyone was coming after him. That's special teams.
Yep.
Special.
Yeah.
Again, tip of the hat, tip of the cap, tip of the donkey. Seattle. The Patriots, look. I mean, the Giants beat the Patriots in 2007. All right, they beat a Randy Moss and Tom Brady Patriots. The Patriots got smoked up by Doug Peterson and Nick Foles. I mean, like, look, is this going to be the end of the Patriots? Probably not. Probably not. Do they need to address some things? They sure do. But they are ahead of schedule. They did spend like sickos to get up to speed this quickly, and they have a quarterback on a rookie contract. The game yesterday that Drake May played with a busted shoulder, by the way, that was shot up. Of course that's going to come out today. That he was shot up. Yeah, of course he was off the injury report. No kidding, he was off the injury report. He's still that. I'm sure that played a factor. This game the way I'm looking at it, based on what we've seen out of this kid this season, this should build his character.
Yeah.
But it's tough. It's tough because just ask Joe Shiesty. It's tough. It's
tough.
But what the Patriots have that Joe Shiesty doesn't is the organization. And I could say the same thing for the Seattle Seahawks is set up lovely. They're set up absolutely beautifully.
Now,
do they repeat? I don't know about that. That's going to be tough for them. But they're set up.
How much is it going to affect them with losing Kubiak? And then I read that he's taking the quarterback coach to be the OC. So you're losing two vital people. How's that?
That's the cost of winning, though.
Yeah.
That's we know, we probably know better than any organization. That's the cost of winning. You lose your people.
I almost wonder.
What's going to happen?
I almost wonder if freaking McVay saw this happening maybe and said, "Well, I'm gonna get this before I'm gonna get Cliff before McDonald's talks to him."
No, I mean, maybe.
Because that's one, but possibly two holes that to fill.
Yeah, I don't know if Cliff fits the way Seattle wants to play offense.
Probably not.
Yeah, Cliff likes to throw the football, and Mike McDonald wants to keep that thing secure so his defense can win the games, not necessarily the offense go crazy.
I mean, the Patriots have a first round first place schedule.
Yep.
Next year, so the game's going to be a little harder, tougher probably. But Drake May's good. I think they need to bring in some other offensive mind, younger, that can maybe instill some new stuff too. I don't know.
I don't think it's a lock. Or it's not confirmed that he's just plucking people out of Seattle's staff. Like they have the choice too, right? If they're on the contract, they may. I mean, I don't know whether I don't know any of these. I don't know the staff, by the way. But like, if it's if Clint was the OC, then yeah, it would be a passing game coordinator. It would be a quarterback's coach. I mean, I would think one of them wouldn't mind being OC of the Seahawks, right?
I would think. I think it would happen too. Whatever one that Cliff doesn't take or Kubiak doesn't take will be promoted OC to keep the continuity of that system, because that's a nice system.
It'll be. Yes, no. I would think that this will matter. You ask Jared Goff how it matters. But yeah, no, it will matter. It's not always a copy and paste, I wouldn't think, right? It's not always a copy and paste because again, although the Lions defense this past season they were above that, they were good. The defense was good. The defense though is nowhere even close to the Seahawks defense.
No, not even.
Jesus Christ! I told you. Well, I know. I said just by watching them the other night playing the Broncos and getting to Manning. Isn't it poetic justice or history repeating itself?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the Nwusu. Nwusu took it to the house. Just like the deflection from 2015 that fell into Michael Bennett's lap to the house. But I said to both you guys, I'm like, this team looks faster than them. They look faster than the Legion of Boom. They're Nick Emmanwori he was all over the place.
Dude, I love Nick Emmanwori so much. My only gripe with him is I wish he wasn't a Seahawk. But besides that, man, that dude checks every box, dude. He can cover, tackle. Oh, everything, man. I love that dude. Second round pick. Anybody who's wondering what to do or how to turn your franchise around, well, just buy the John Schneider playbook. Just buy his freaking novel on how to draft, purchasing, buying the right. I know I hate that word, buying. Signing the right free agents, the right staff. Look at what he did. Yeah, congratulations to John Schneider. Congratulations. My God.
You know what's so funny? This team was literally built off the moves that he made. Devin Witherspoon drafted with the 5th pick from the Russell Wilson trade.
Yeah.
Nick Emmanwori. People didn't think, he's really not the free safety. Well, doesn't matter. We'll draft him, and Mike McDonald will use him right. Charles Cross, left tackle. Kenneth Walker, second round.
Ernest Jones
pickup. It's all these moves that he made. It really was a difference to this team being successful. Cooper Kupp. They overpaid Cooper Kupp, but they know exactly what Cooper Kupp would give them.
Boy Mafi was part of that 2022.
Another draft pick.
Those picks. And let's not forget also, a lot of people are it's easy to forget, but it shouldn't go unnoticed. DK Metcalf went for a 2nd round pick. That turned into, I believe, Elijah Arroyo. And then the Geno's picks wound up,
pick. Yeah.
Right? And that was, hold on, I know who that was. Milton. Milroe, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they have people already, on roster, young. This team is ready, set to go. The only thing, again, it's attrition. Then look at that division. It's the 49ers to lose. I would give the Seahawks practically A's across the board, with the exception of the quarterback, which is weird. He gets a B-. He managed the game well. No turnovers, no sacks.
He had 1 sack.
1 sack, okay.
One or two.
No turnovers though.
No turnovers, no.
No turnovers. The wide receiver as a whole, the group, C. The defense is A. Special teams is A. Coaching, A. Patriots defensive backs, A. They get an A. The DBs get an A. I suppose the front, with Milton Williams, right? Milton.
Yeah.
Landry. They didn't play bad. Bobby Spillane had a tough day at the office with Kenny Walker. Kenny
Walker.
They allowed $160.
But see, I blame that more. I blame that more on the offense than the defense.
Okay.
When you're getting constant 3 and outs,
that is
demoralizing. It's not only demoralizing, but it's taxing.
I'm glad you brought that up because I think that took its shape as well. Absolutely. By the fourth quarter, you're asking way too much of them, even on 2 weeks. Way too much. And I don't think the Patriots had the personnel like the Hawks did. They didn't. Harold Landry and Bobby Spillane are veterans, for crying out loud. They're in their 30s on 1-year contracts. These aren't young whippersnappers.
Higher priority for Seattle to resign Darnold or K9.
They don't need to.
Darnold has 1 more year, I think.
Oh, does he have 1 more year? He's on a 2-year contract.
He's on 3 years. He's on a 3-year deal.
Did he? Okay.
It's 2 now. He signed through 27.
I wonder.
They don't have to do jack.
I know. I thought he signed a 1-year contract.
This Kenneth Walker thing though could be something worth watching, only because there might be somebody out there who might be willing to spend more on him.
They're gonna pay a premium.
Yeah, and then don't get me wrong,
for his services.
The Seahawks have the cap space, but I just don't think the Seahawks view him like the outside world would view him. I mean, let's not forget, like if Zach Charbonnet didn't get hurt, this still would have been a 50-50 backfield.
Yeah.
So I just wonder if, the Seahawks go, hey, we appreciate you. We'll give you 11, but another team goes, we'll give you 13, 14. And I wonder if it'll be hard for them to go, I can't come back to Seattle. Let's give me 14.
And I think Schneider would get up out of his seat, walk over to Kenny, give him a big motherfucking hug, smile, appreciate you, man. If there's anything you ever need, you always give us a call. And he'll let Walker hit the market. Yeah, or sign where he wants to. Or the other thing that they can do if they want to keep the team together, or they don't like the prospects of Charbonnet being 100% come September. They could franchise Walker, which would be lousy, but that's one way of keeping him on roster. Make sure that Charbonnet is good, and they probably wind up drafting another running back. As crazy as that is, they do it. I don't think they released Damian Martinez. I'm not sure what that looks like. And all this is coming in our off-season outlook, divisional previews, Goats. Don't forget to look out for that. Those are all going to be dropping very shortly now that we are officially in the non-off season, because there is no off season.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if they drafted one, but yeah, if they really want him but don't want to give him 4-year money, they could tag him. Are you drafting Kenny Skywalker next season under these circumstances, Strong Goat? Under the circumstances that he remains with the Seahawks, yeah, you could draft Kenny Skywalker. Now, again, not only will in real life they're going to be paying premiums minus a tag, but we're going to be paying a premium in fantasy now too because of his Super Bowl. So he's going to go higher than we really should. But as Rhino pointed out, I think, or both here pointed out, Seattle doesn't want to go away from just a one horse, one feature running back. They want to continue to do what they did. They were top 5, top 3 in rushing this season because of it. They're not going to deviate from that. They don't want to deviate from that. But it begs the question though. Also, it does beg the question: what if it's not somebody from staff who is just going to take what worked this season and move it over to next year? What if it is somebody that only really believes in using one back or having a 70-30 type of split? That's a different story.
It's
a different story.
I mean, that is another great question. The next person that comes in there, what type of philosophy does he bring? What type of what's the word I'm looking for? What type of handle does Mike McDaniel give? Does he give him like the full go like he did Kubiak, or does he go, hey, look, we did this last year that worked really well. I need you to kind of do the same things, So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that plays out.
If I had to take a stab at it, I would say that they would want to, whether it's in-house or hired from the outside. It's going to be someone that obviously they're going to be able to work together in very similar capacity. But again, we saw with this, we see how it works both ways. We see that it doesn't work sometimes, and we see that it could be very, very successful sometimes.
Yep.
We've seen it both ways.
Because I mean, just this time last year, the OC that they did have, it did not work. It did not work. So it could be just like that next year. They hire an OC and it just does not work.
Who was that, by the way?
It was
Ryan Grubb
from Washington.
Yep. I thought it was actually a good hire. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought it was.
Same here. Same here.
Just didn't work though. I don't know why it didn't work. That's the thing. It was a butting of heads. Why? It wasn't because he's a bad OC.
So what did they do? They got rid of him and they brought in a Shanahan disciple.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be John Goat. So yeah, Kenny Skywalker is going to wind up going higher than normal. Yeah, I mean he showed us what he could do. I mean, hello, I'm a proud Kenny Skywalker manager in Dynasty. Proud. But that doesn't necessarily translate to fantasy.
And to answer your question, yes, I am selling Kenny Skywalker right now.
Selling him.
Selling him as high as I can.
Skywalker was like top 3 NFL all time total yards from scrimmage in 3 playoff games. I forgot the other 2 are like some historic running backs.
Terrell Davis.
Not surprised.
But through 3 games of total yards. Yeah, I think Terrell Davis is definitely one of those names.
Yeah.
The amount of yards, the amount of how they leaned into him. Absolutely.
That defense and Ken Skywalker, they won the championship.
It's that old adage, isn't it, Rhino?
Yeah.
Ground and pound and defense.
Yep.
We don't, for fantasy, that's for the birds. But for football, again, I started off the show. I loved it yesterday. All right. What else do we got going on? How about Kirko Chains is going to be released? Your thoughts? Where's he going? Where's Kirko Chains going?
Minnesota.
Welcome home. Welcome home, Kirk.
Minnesota Raiders.
That tells me that they think that Michael Penix is going to be fine. That's what that tells me. I don't know what fine looks like, but if they're going to just let him walk out the door, I guess Michael Penix is healthy as he could look or be, I guess.
Jet, maybe?
I heard you're doubling down on Michael Penix this year, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm for sure doubling down Michael Penix.
I'm
not worried about his knee injuries. He doesn't run the ball. He throws it. As long as he can throw the ball, I'm all in on him.
I'll do the worrying.
I'm right there with you, too.
Yeah. If this was Jaden Daniels, I'd be absolutely terrified. But it's pocket man, Michael Penix.
What are we making of the Max Crosby thing?
Well, you think I think he's going to be gone.
He says all weekend long, I've seen videos of him saying he's a Raider for life. I got a tattoo. I want to be there. But then I don't know exactly what. I don't know if Adam Schefter says something, but I know there was on the bottom bar, the Pat McAfee show, Max Crosby's going to be gone.
Yeah.
So I think where there's smoke, there's fire.
Absolutely.
I think somebody told him to keep his mouth shut.
Could be true. Could be Tom Brady.
I think somebody told him, look, you're not doing any favors right now by talking about this. Although, of course, you can talk about it, but you're not going to be doing any favors. The only way, let's let us not forget. The only way this really gets done is if the right team comes in and offers and gives the Raiders the right package in return. So, I mean, are there teams out there that could do it? Yeah. Is his cap numbers, from what I understand, friendly to both sides? Yeah, kind of, sort of. So as long as if two sides could come together, two teams could come together and work out the right compensation, which would look like Micah, right? It would have to be something along those lines. Then, yeah, he'll get traded. If not, It won't be for peanuts.
No,
I don't think he gets the same kind of deal that Micah got. Micah's 3 years younger, 4 years younger than Max.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you brought that up also. Right. Does he deserve this? Does he deserve that type of compensation?
no.
And plus, we got to take on that contract. They just extended him last year, so it's not like he's super cheap. And you can figure out your own contract. Like, he's older, he's already expensive. Like, I'm thinking 1 first-round pick should do it, maybe a first and a second next year.
Seconds,
yeah, but I don't think it's a Micah 2 first, a player, a second, and all this other. No, I don't think it's.
Because Mike, what difference between Micah and Crosby is Micah can play anywhere. He can play edge. He can play off the line. He can play in the middle.
Crosby's just down, right?
Crosby's down. Yeah. He's one-dimensional.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Where there's smoke, I'm going to agree with this one. Where there is smoke, there is fire. I think it would be in the Raiders' best interest if they're going to just really rebuild this thing from the ground up, from the studs, tear down all of it. There's no real reason to keep.
And they
might as well recoup some freaking capital and continue to work with it that way. That's what I would.
It could be one of the things where wait and see who the DC is going to be and talk to the DC and say, what do you want to do? Give us your opinion. Should we move on? Keep
trade cut.
Huh?
Trade.
Keep trade cut. Yeah.
No, look, it's definitely something that we're all watching.
Trust me, I'm watching.
I'm not sure if it's also he's coming back from an injury or a procedure, I should say, to clean his knee up. Blah blah. All right, what else? There was another big one. Dude, Derek and the Dominoes. You a Derek and the Dominoes fan? Derek and the Dominoes, that band from like 1960 something. Isn't it Eric Clapton? Never mind. Derek Carr, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and goats. Yeah. Derek Carr is looking to come out of retirement so he could get concussed more. All right, fine. You want to come back? I'm not sure if you should have left when you did, but I get it. You want to come back? He probably still has it in him to play at a certain level. I don't know how good that would be, but
he'd be a good bridge quarterback. But whatever team he goes to needs to have a good offensive line and running game.
Of course. At the same time, though, without me digging into it, and I'm sure that I will between now and our next show, I don't think he's not a free agent either. Doesn't the Saints own his rights? So you have to work out a deal if he wants to play. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works.
He didn't retire. Or yeah, okay, he did. He retired, but he retired under contract.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the Saints. You're gonna have to deal with the Saints.
I mean, I'm a believer that the Saints force him to retire. So
probably. No. That's not to say that Mickey Loomis and New Orleans would really cause a fuss or stir to keep a team from obtaining, just as long as they are able to work out some sort of reasonable trade agreement, but they're gonna or some sort of contract agreement where whoever Derek winds up wishing to go to, Seattle's compensated. I'm pretty sure this is how it's going to happen now.
He wants to go back to the Raiders. He wants to help Mendoza.
Did he tell you that?
No, that's his brother. He said that he's made comments about that on their podcast, him and his brother's podcast.
Oh yeah. He's got a brother. I forgot.
He has a brother.
His brother. I didn't see his brother. I watched the NFL Network practically 9 hours yesterday. I didn't see his brother once. That's neither here nor there. Wants to go to the Raiders? Fine. I mean, you know what? That might be good.
Yeah.
For Mendoza. That might be good. The other call me crazy. Cool. You can call me crazy. I am crazy. Let's not forget he did meet with the old Jet brass before they met with Rodgers. That I think that was more formality than anything else, but there was interest, or at least Woody had interest in Carr. I'm not sure if that would resume at this point, though. That's another team to look out for. That needs a quarterback. They need a quarterback.
Yeah.
Who else needs a quarterback?
Arizona.
Yeah, they do.
Browns.
They need a quarterback. It's nice in Arizona too.
Steelers.
It's nice in Las Vegas.
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Oh, San Francisco's.
Just trying to get underneath a 49er skin is all.
They're sitting well with those Niners. Fred Warner looked great doing his broadcasting.
His Radio Row. Yeah,
CMC on Radio Row all week.
Yeah, I think they should stay there and not come back and play football.
They are like I'm telling you, this is like it's like waking up a sleeping bear. Sleeping bear, getting some defensive pieces back. Did you notice the substation? Did you watch the halftime show?
Yes.
Did you notice the substation in the show?
I did.
I mean, I'm not sure what you're accomplishing with that, but it was kind of funny.
They're feeding into the conspiracy theorists out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
No injuries in the game, right?
Huh?
I think there was like a minor.
No, JSN got injured.
Yeah, minor. Oh my God, I was going ape shit. Like, I can't believe you're doing it. Like that he barely hit his head. You're gonna take the best player out of this game now. This league does far worse. But no, in all fairness, very limited injury, limited flags, limited penalties. It was a clean game for the most part, other than the turnover.
Turnovers.
Right. And look, again, Seattle Seahawks, you are Super Bowl champions. All right, guys, fantastic show. We've got some great stuff coming up. It's rookie draft process season. It's the divisional previews, off season outlook, and fantasy, more football. We're always getting better at football. We must always get better at football, Rhino.
Yes.
And War Chief. You know, I mean, why do we study the rookies? Because it impacts fantasy. Why do we study the off-season free agency? It impacts fantasy. Well, this impacts fantasy.
The more you know.
The more you know.
The better you're going to be. Because
Exactly.
there's fans players out there that just wait until the season starts and draft and then throw darts at hope they get somebody they don't know who the hell they're drafting. Then you got people like us.
Lunatics.
And like I said,
Bros, I can't believe we got the 101 this year. I'm going to take Jamar Chase of a triple crown. He's going to do it again. No, he's not. You listen to Fantasy Ghost, you would have known that Puka Nakua.
Yeah, no, there were a bunch. There were a bunch that took Jamar Chase. There were a bunch. It's not that he wasn't as though he finished like Justin Jefferson. No, but there was no triple crown even close. Not even close. No. Oh man, JSN. Kudos to him. Kudos to him. Shaheed's also a free agent. Well, I mean, you don't have to pay him a lot of money to bring him back. You're bringing him back for special teams.
You know that Super Bowl price tag though. You know, when you become a champion, if a guy's $5 million yesterday, he's worth 8 or 9 now.
But when you have good representation, yeah, of course, you're going to pay a luxury tax on it, of course, and rightfully so. You're bringing in, you're either staying or you're the new team, the new suitors are bringing in that type of experience. There's a price tag for it. All right, goats. We'll be back later on in the week. Look out for all of our content dropping throughout the week. And that's it. Have a wonderful evening.
Be a difference, make a difference. Stay blessed, everybody.
Congrats, Sam Darnell.
Former Jet.
Darnell.
Former Jet. Leonard Williams. Congratulations. Former Jet.
Former Ram Ernest. We love you, Cooper Cup. Always be
Congratulations.
great, Cooper Cup.
Congratulations. Cooper Cup.